Game night on KMTV Action 3 News. Brought to you by Quaker Steak and Lube.
Welcome to Game Night, presented by Quaker Steak and Lube. I'm Garrett Gordon, and I'll be your host on this week's journey through the high school gridiron. Phil is on the road with the Huskers. We'll hear from him later in the show. Let's kick off a huge night of high school action with a top 5 Class A Rumble with a district championship up for grabs. It's a battle between two schools with very different histories. Millard North has won 4 titles since 2002. Papio South has 1 playoff victory in school history. The Mustangs are trying to put together yet another undefeated season. The Titans are 1 win away from setting a school wins record with 7. The yin and the yang of the district squared off with the winner claiming the crown. Second quarter, 3rd and 7. Papio South's Grant Saponchik rolling over, guys, gets the first down and keeps the drive alive, and it would lead to this. Gabe Smallwood to Brian Lapke. It's a touchdown. 21-3 Papio South. It's a crazier plot twist than an episode of Scandal. Millard North, though, not going away. Tristan Fairchild fumbles. Pigskin on the ground. Millard North's Brett Turkelson comes up with it, and it would lead to this. Millard North doing what Millard North does. Adrian Kellogg end zone bound. 24-21. Millard North rallies to win. Number 3 team in the state, Bellevue West. Number 5 team in the state, Creighton Prep. This was a wild one. Early on, a little defense getting played. Not much of that getting played in this one. Steve Yonda, the interception for Prep. Jay's in business. Prep capitalizes. Micah Wrench plowing into the end zone. 7-0. Jay's out in front. T-Birds respond. Jaden Kowalski hands it to Malik Palujawecki, and he is going to rumble 39 yards down inside the 30. Same drive, Kowalski, who threw for 599 yards in this game, gets to Lukawecki, who goes airborne into the end zone, tied up at 7. Prep wins this game 47-43, a lot of offense. Omaha North on the road trying to remain undefeated, the number 1 team in the state against Westside. Westside trailing big right now. Mitchell Hagan, though, finds Kavon Nealon wide open in the end zone, cuts it to a 3-score game, but then Calvin Strong, he does what he does. North side, strong side, big gain. He would get a touchdown at the end. He doesn't get it there. You get it on the next play. North wins easily in this one. Omaha Central, number 6 team in the state, on the road against South Sioux City. And there is Trey Sanders, the number 1 rush. Actually, it's not Trey Sanders. It's Corbin Foster. Interesting ad-lib mistake there, but later, Jordan Flowers gets intercepted. You know what? This was not much of a game. 54-14. Central playing really well right now. Millard West hosting Kearney. Millard West hanging on the top 10 right now, the 10th ranked team in the state against Kearney. Slow start. Both teams scoreless late in the first when Kearney gets a little action here. Peyton Pocock hits Noah Urbanic for the big gain. They get in field goal range, but Millard West D steps up, field goal block. Millard West wins 31-14. Millard South, Omaha Burke, both teams playoff hopes hanging by a thread right now. Millard South looking good late in the second. Jared Rankin dials it up home 10-7, down by 3 against Burke. Burke, the response on their drive. Hunter Monroe to Austin Daniels. Great grab by Daniels. And then Monroe runs it in himself. Burke wins this one 24-14, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Second quarter, Lincoln Southeast against Omaha. Brian Garrett Peterson, the screen to Donald Nicola. Nicola getting upfield, breaking tackles. Nothing but green in front of him, avoids the last tackler. 73-yard touchdown, 7-3. Bears out in front. Same quarter, though, Lincoln Southwest gets their offense going. They go on to win this one 31-10. That wraps up a busy night in Class A, but when you come back from break, we'll dip into Class B, where the top 4 teams all played against each other.
We are your source for weather.
To help keep you and your family safe. 12 below.
Cold everywhere.
Jim Flowers and the Weather Alert team on Action 3 News.
Bruce Braley has been in Washington for 8 years. He's voted for Obamacare and backed Obama's amnesty plan for illegals. Braley's voted lockstep with his party 96% of the time. But when Iowa veterans needed him, Braley skipped 75% of VA committee meetings. And Braley mocked Chuck Grassley's experience as
a farmer from Iowa who never went to law school.
Bruce Braley, too partisan to fix what's wrong with Washington. American Crossroads is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Ah, the cherry on top. It's that extra topping off of something already sweet. At Nebraska Furniture Mart, that cherry is a reward card for $50 on this HD TV, $75 on this sofa, even a $20 to $200 reward card with select appliances. Then add no interest financing on qualifying purchases. Saturday, we're sweetening the rewards with a $25 Super Saver coupon to the first 500 shoppers during the reward card event at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
After 16 years, it's pretty clear whose side Congressman Lee Terry's on. When the government was shut down, Terry voted against protecting pay for the troops, but voted to keep his own $174,000 taxpayer-funded salary.
When asked if he would continue collecting a paycheck, Terry said, "Dang straight."
When explaining his pay, Terry said, quote, "I've got a nice house," paying himself, not the troops. 16 years later, Lee Terry's still working for Lee Terry. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this message.
It's Yonkers Anniversary Sale, Wednesday, October 15th through Thursday, October 23rd. Save 25 to 60% store-wide. And with over 290 bonus buys, it's our biggest bonus buy event of the season. Like $14.97 ladies Studio Works sweaters, $39.97 ladies boots, buy one get two free men's pants, and buy one get one free single-serve coffee packs. Yonkers Anniversary Sale. Shop in-store or online. Yonkers.
Unwrap fresh new flavor at Subway with the new Poblano Prime Rib and Bacon Melt. Tender braised beef marinated in a mild chili pepper glaze. And try the new Poblano BLT Melt in all its hot and crispy glory. Subway. Eat fresh.
Billings, the official photographer of KMTV Action 3 News.
Every 4 years, the World Cup happens, and in the group stages, there's always a group of death to refer to the toughest group. In Class B football this year, there's a district of death. The top 4 teams in the entire class all reside in District 1. The 4 teams have combined to lose 1 game out of district play all year. Tonight, the 4 teams played each other in hopes of clearing up a very cloudy district title picture. We'll kick things off with 1 versus 2, Gretna and Elkhorn, a little rivalry game. Gretna getting on the board first here. Emmett Knight scoring from a yard out. 6-0 Dragons getting it done. Just before half, Elkhorn strikes back. Dylan Schutte going up top. Jock Morak bringing it down. Pulls them within 2. Gretna, though, wins this one 17-14 in the waning minutes. 3 versus 4 now in Class B. Scott against Elkhorn South. Scott strikes first. Shane Miller takes the handoff, finds an alley, and he's going to outrun everyone. 23-0 Skyhawks. Skyhawks on the move again now. Isaiah Ramsey with the ball. He's going to go to the air. Find Colton Bingham. The problem is Colton Bingham plays for the other team. Elkhorn South interception. Very next play. Elkhorn South trying to make this one a game. Colin Point going way deep, and watch what happens here. Chase Denton, amazing grab in traffic, leads to a touchdown. Scott, though, wins 37-20. Big battle in C1. Undefeated Ashland Greenwood against 6-1 Boys Town. And Ashland Greenwood's Trevor Nicholson puts the ball on the turf. You don't want to do that in a big game. Audubon Diop lands on it for Boys Town. And the Cowboys in business. They capitalize on mistakes. Paris Hodges up the gut, no one home. Makes a couple moves out in the open field. He finds pay dirt. 7-0 Boys Town thinking upset. Ashland Greenwood, though, undefeated for a reason. Bryce Chitamelka swings it to Nicholson, who goes to the house. Ashland Greenwood rolls 35-14. On the hardwood, Creighton Blue Jays fans got their first look at the 2014-15 Jays at Blue Jay Madness. There's a 3-point contest, a slam dunk contest, a little scrimmage action. The Jays will participate in Big East Media Days next week. Omaha Lancers at home today against Sioux City. The Musketeers in town. Sioux City already up 2-1, and short-handed Adam Johnson puts it 3-1. Lancers on the comeback trail, though. Shane Garish lighting the lamp. Sioux City, though, wins 4-2. On the college ice, UNO hit the road to square off with Western Michigan. Mavs pick up their first NCHC win, a 5-2 victory. They play Game 2 of the series tomorrow night. The Creighton volleyball team continued their dominant ways in Big East play. They swept through St. John's, moved to 7-1 on the year in conference, just 1 game back of first place. They'll return to action Sunday against Providence. And so ends your weekly dose of high school football, but game night's not finished.